Spiritual awakening doesn't give you new information. It's not about information. Now, what it might do, and oftentimes does do, is it removes the filters of egoic conditioning so that you see things more clearly. But that's not the same as this idea that I'm going to become enlightened and then I'm going to know everything. As you remove the filters of conditioning, you tap into spirit. You tap into the part of you that actually does reincarnate and is eternal. You've always had the information of spirit. You just didn't know it, me neither, because we're preoccupied with our own personal dramas, with our traumas, with all of our conditioning, our belief systems. And when we awaken, we kind of awaken out of that. So, on one level, one thing that freaks people out about awakening is the loss. Everything that you thought you knew might turn out to be either wrong or something that you really have to look at again. You can't rest on your old assumptions to the degree that you awaken. And so you might feel that you lost more information than you actually gained. But that's okay. That's a really important part of the process. And people who try to take it with them, try to hang on to all the old stuff while professing awakening, well, either they're not really awakening or they're just really messing with the whole thing and making it complicated, difficult. And so awakening is letting go of a false reality. But it's not being plugged into a supercomputer. You already are the supercomputer. You already are your soul. So again, as you get rid of these kind of, imagine with a computer, you have all these programs running in the background, eating up all the memory. And when you put the new program in, it doesn't work. You need to delete some files. You need to delete some things that you don't need anymore. So spiritual awakening deletes a lot of files. And when those files are deleted, people can go into a panic. What was that movie with the alien? Okay, I forget. But Paul or something. Um, but anyway, the girl has a patch over one eye and she gets touched by the alien. The alien downloads all this information, and she is a fundamentalist Christian. And when she gets downloaded with all this information, she kind of starts going crazy. Like, what? You mean I can fornicate? I can drink? I can do all this stuff? And none of this is real? And it's kind of like, hey, slow down, slow down. Um, so a lot of times when the shackles are thrown off, people can go a little berserk with that. And that's okay. That's part of the process. When you relieve yourself of this huge burden, which the ego and all that conditioning is a burden on your true self, then there can be that giddiness, like your first beer. Um, but after that, you realize there might be kind of an emptiness, and what's left of your ego might really rebel against that. And if nothing's left of your ego, there might even be a bigger freak out. So, awakening is not Shangri-La, it's not a panacea. It's just like in the Matrix. It's just the truth. I'm only giving you the truth. I'm not promising you're going to like it. But I kind of am. Because when you embody your true essence, although the path might feel devastating, especially to the ego, being in truth and aligning with the power of your unique authenticity is really what we're here for. We're here to see our way through this house of mirrors, hall of mirrors, whatever, and get to the truth. It's a game we play as a soul going into these so called lower realms. And then remembering who we are. Why? I don't know. But the one thing is, it's not going to fill you with endless information. It's more likely to tap you into intuition and a simple kind of obvious wisdom that's good to have. Thank you.